All right, my designers, let's get into the cap corset. Now, this is my bodice block I've drafted up here. Um, this is just the front, okay? This is just the front. It's from your shoulder to your waist. Okay, with this project, we are going to insert a bra cap, okay? We are going to, sorry, yes, insert a bra cap. We are going to use a bra cap for the drafting. And again, we'll be inserting a yoke at the top, right? We'll be inserting the yoke at the top so that, you can see how I also fix my yokes, all right? And then what else? I think that's all. Okay, so we are going to be using this bra cap. My client's bust is 38 inches, so I'll be using this bra cap here. I'm sure you know your size. In the previous class I had the cap corset class, I explained to the participants on how to actually find your bra caps. Okay, it is always best to actually shop for all the bra caps, especially the ones that do not have the measurements written around here. Some of them has the measurements written around here, okay, but these ones comes in XL, XL, and all of that, those Roman numerals. So it is here in our shop we have all the bra cap sizes, okay. We have from the smallest to the biggest, okay, from the smallest to the biggest. So if a client comes in and actually wants to make a dress and it involves a bra cap, and if we can't decide on which one actually is best for the client, because most of the time you can't actually tell, because if someone is bust 38, bust 38 is not the same as bust 38, even though they are the same measurement. But sometimes some of these ladies have a lot of breasts, others too have a lot of flesh. Okay, so it's difficult to actually determine if bust 38 is actually for a lot of breast or is for a lot of flesh. So we actually here, we just put it on you to actually identify that this is for you, okay? And then we actually label it for you. So when it's time to actually create your block, we actually take the bra cap to the market and then we find the same size, okay? But the ones that comes with the sizes, you can actually see them somewhere around here. It is usually written around this side, okay? Those ones comes without the underbars wire. Okay, it comes without the underbars wire, but then these ones comes with the underbars wire, which helps it a lot. Okay, so I think maybe you can also adapt it. If it's your business, if it's your job, you should spend the money to actually find all the types of backup, the smallest to the biggest, and then keep them. Those one is not for consumption. You're not going to use it. You're just going to use it for your clients to actually test them if it's okay for them, right? So that is what we normally do for this type of backup. But then for the other types of bra cap that has the measurement, we just go ahead and then select it. All right, okay, so this is my bodice block from my waist to from my shoulder to my waist. All right, and then I have my shoulder to high bust. That's where your armhole measurement length ends. I don't know how you draft yours, but however you draft yours, this is how you should arrive. Okay, this is how you should arrive. I'm going to go ahead and then cut it out and then close my bust down. That is all I'm going to do. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and then draft my parts in. Okay, so I'm cutting this out. Now remember that this bodice does not have allowance. Okay, if your client wants allowance, okay, if your client wants to fix this with a zip, now mind you, this is a corset class, and of course corset do not come with zips. That's why I have not included the zip aspect. But then if your client wants zip, okay, make sure you add a lot of allowance, okay, a lot of allowance to the side, so that after doing everything you just shape it to the size of your clients. Okay, that is it. That's all the difference. You don't have to actually do a lot of calculation, minus and subtraction. No, let's clear everything. All you have to do is add a lot of allowance to the side. Because you are doing corsets here, I'll only add half inch to the side just to join the sides. Okay, okay, so this is it. This is my top. Let me now the neck, creating the neck, you should create it to be very small, okay, because the fabric I'm going to use for the upper part or for the yoke is a stretchy one, and if you cut a big neck, by the time you are done it will be stretched, unless maybe what you are looking for a wide neck or a wide or a big neck. All right, Okay, let me give this a nice press and let's proceed. So this is my underbust here. Okay, this is my underbust. Now this is my bust line, and then my underbust, and then my waistline. Okay, my shoulder to underbust is 15.5, and that is what I've marked there. 15.5. Okay, now in the previous videos that you saw, the mesh corset class, you realize that you actually put it your shoulder to underbust is actually 15.5. Okay, so I'll start from the 15.5, then I can continue with whatever I want to do. Okay, now you realize that that one, the cap, I think I explained it earlier, the bra cap pushed up a bit because you're not going to use this part. Okay, now if you're going to use the yoke, all right, if you're going to use the yoke, this part, you should maintain the original shoulder to underbust measurement you got from the client. Okay, so my shoulder to underbust here is 15.5, and that's right. So I'm going to maintain it here, and I'm going to put this on it. Okay, put this on it. Now I want my breast to actually lift up, like push up a bit. Okay, so I can actually push this one maybe half inch or like an inch, so that when she wears it, actually lifts her breast like that. Okay, that is optional. Okay, that is optional. That statement I'm making is optional. If you want it to fall in her breast like normal fall, like normal, like fit, okay, just maintain it on the 15. But then if you want it to be lifted up a bit, if she wants it to be exposed, right, you can just how do you call it, push it up a bit. Okay, sometimes to others want to wear half bra cap, but then wants to have all their breasts covered, have all their breasts, hidden inside here. In that case, you should actually find something which is a little bigger than her actual bra cap size. Okay, that's just the secret, so that when she wears it, all her breast fills here, and then you don't have anything exposing around the top here. Okay, so I'm going to go up by just half inch here. Again, this is optional, not something that you have to do always. It's optional if you want her breast to actually push up a bit, and that's when you increase. So I'm going to clear the actual line here, and that's it. And then I'm going to go ahead and then close this bust dart. Okay, I told you the bust dart is just for fitting, just for this to actually fit the bust size. Okay, so, and then I'm going to go ahead and then cut through the middle line of the darts. That's all. Then I'll close this one here. It's very simple. So I'll close the bust dart at this point. I'll close it here, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and then put my bra cap here. Now I can keep it straight like this, or I can tilt it a bit. I can tilt the bra cap depending on however style you want to have this bra cap placed. You have to do it because, or you can do it because you are the designer. However the picture looks like, or however the person wants it styled, you have to actually do it. Okay, there is no restriction as to how to place it, unless the only way you can place it is like this. It's like placing it upwards. No, that's not how you do it. Okay, but then however tilted you want it, okay, it can't be too extreme like this too, of course. Okay, so I want it a bit tilted. I always like my bra caps a bit tilted. Yeah, and then I'm going to leave about 3/4 of an inch at the center. Okay, or maybe, yeah, I like to use 3/4. It gives me more space at the center. Okay, you can do yours half inch, but not 1 inch, of course, not 1 inch. Just, I'm doing 3/4 here at the center front here, and this is how I want to place it. So I'm going to go ahead and then use my bra cap here to draft my circle, or draw my circle. All right, okay. Now, this part here could come straight like this, or it could go up like this. Okay, this part here can come straight like this, or could go like this. Anyhow you want to style it, it's all up to you, the designer. All right, so I want my own to, come down a bit like this, I want to have more space at my underarm, so if I have to join a sleeve, I don't struggle. Okay, right. So this is it. I've come straight like this. So it means that the distance from here all the way to here is going to be my yoke. All this part from here is going to be my what yoke for whatever I want to cut, if that real fabric or the illusion fabric, however I want it. Okay, so this is it, and then I will go straight like this. So this is how I want my bra cap to, or this is how I want my style to actually look like. Is it clear enough? Let me zoom in a bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is what I've done so far. Just use my bra cap to draw the shape, and that is all. Okay, this one I don't need to take any underbust allowance or anything, okay, because the bra cap is already curved. Okay, so you don't need to take any allowance from the pattern under the bust, and or sorry, under bust, yeah, under the bust, of course. So you don't need to take any allowance because the cap is already curved. Okay, yeah. So all you have to do is just put your brown paper on it, close your bust dart, slash through the center line of your dart, and then, I mean, that is all you have to do. Okay. So when you are done, you call here side front, you call here center front. This is a cut 2, and this it can be a cut 2 or cut on fold, however you want it. Okay, I usually like to have a cut 2 in the front. Okay, so I'll go ahead and then trim this side out, just trim it out. Okay, and then trim here also out. Okay, then I'll go ahead and cut my cap. Okay, cut it out like so, and then I said here I want it to go straight. Okay, this is very simple and easy. Okay, so this is it, very simple and easy, right? And then so I said earlier, all this space here is going to be for your yoke. This is going to be for your yoke. Okay, so after fixing your bra cap, this is going to be here. Okay, if you want to fix it, it's going to be here and fix on this all the way up to here, like that. This is how it's going to be. Okay, that's right. But then mind you, okay, let me just ignore that. All right, that's fine. Okay, this is going to be your pattern. All right, but then you know that these busty people, okay, those who have a lot of breast, usually when you sew a dress for them, you see that you have some folds here in the armhole. Okay, some folds here in the armhole. It's not really lying flat. Okay, so I always advise that when you are done with that, just close here a bit. Okay, just close, like pinch a dart like this. Okay, this is just like normal, something you have to do. Okay, like this, maybe 1 inch from the armhole's measurement. And of course, if the fabric you're going to use for the yoke stretches, it would be best. Okay, it would be best if the fabric you're going to use stretches. It would be best to actually pin it, because however you pin this, it's still going to stretch and occupy the space. Okay, so you close it like so. All right, so this is how I'm going to keep it. This is my front patterns. I'm going to pin them all together. This is very simple. Now let's slide into the back. Let's get into the back real quick. I've also drafted the back here. Okay, I haven't done my back. Let me draft my back darts ASAP and then we get it done. So I have not included my my back, should I say, zip allowance. Yes, it's not included here. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this, because of course I'm not going to need a, how do you call it, I'm not going to need a zip at the back, so I haven't included it. It's very intentional. Okay, so right, this is what I have now. Let me draw my line. All right, so this is my back. Yeah, this is it, and At this point, I'm going to go here, 3/8 of an inch here. 3/8 is simply when you count from the edge of the tape measure, the three lines, 1, 2, 3 is 3/8. So I'll go each side of the straight line 3/8. Okay, then I will join it to my waist dart here, like so. Join it to my waist dart. Okay, so I'll have something like this. Okay, now you realize that the waist dart at the front was cut out, was taken out, and it wasn't replaced at the side. So already the front has been reduced by 2 inches. Okay, so the back too is going to also be reduced by 2 inches, because this is 1 inch. It's going to affect the other side also 1 inch. So of course you're not going to take any allowance from the waist again. That's it that you're going to do. But the back side, I can go in about half inch or 1 inch. I mean, yeah, I can do that, and then just blend it to the waist. Okay, just blend it to the waist like so. Blend it to the waist like this. Okay, that's all. And then my back also with, let's see, is this, let me go and check the camera if it's visible enough. I need to confirm. Okay, that's fine. Trying to, okay, so this is my waist. I need to make sure that the sides are meeting, they're like at the same spots. Okay, the sides are actually meeting at the same spots. So I think I need to close this well. The measurements here I have here isn't adding up. Okay, right. So I'll make sure that I have the same space. So the distance from here to here, it means the back would start from here. Okay, yeah, and it will come straight. However I want to style it, if I want it to slant down like this, if I want it to come very deep, if I want it to be straight, however I want the back to be, I decide, or you decide as a designer. Okay, you decide. Okay, so I'm going to go straight. Okay, I'm going to go straight, so that's it. And then the rest of it is going to be for the yoke. All right, it's going to be for the yoke. Now the back yoke, I can style it to be here, to be the shoulder, and cut all this part away, or I can do something like this. Okay, something like this, where I'll have a hook and eye or something like that closing at the back, and then here will be empty at the back. Okay, however you want to style the back, it all depends on you. Okay, it all depends on you. So let me cut the yoke parts away. Okay, then I'll draw my notches. I'll indicate which side is my upper part. Then I'm going to cut the excess at my back side, the one I'm going to use to snatch my back. I'm going to cut it out. Okay, then I'll cut this down. This is going to be my center back, my CB, and this is my side back. This is going to be a cut 2, and this is also going to be a cut 2. All right, so this is going to be my patterns for that, and this is going to be it. And then my yoke is here. Now you realize that I have allowance taken from the body, from the the 3/4 I did is still going to affect the yoke. So I'm going to pinch here as a dart. Okay, like a dart. Okay, and I'm going to tape it down like that. Close here, and then the back style I'll decide however I want it. So let me just let it go straight. I think that's the easiest way I can do. Okay, so this will be it. All right, so but then I have to make sure my shoulders are the same. I have to make sure they are meeting. Okay, so that's it. And of course, what I did at the back here, you can also do the same for the back. Okay, you can also do the same for the back. Okay, but then usually the front is the part that has the problem. Okay, the front is the part that mostly has the problem. So you can either choose to do the back or not. However, okay, so let me just ignore the back. Okay, the front is very important. So I've ignored the back. So these are going to be my patterns. I have this one here. my center front, my side front, and then I have this here, my center back. So, and then my cap will be here. As simple as that. So this is the drafting. We'll get into the sewing, the cutting and interfacing, and then of course the sewing part. Now you all know how to actually get the bra cap patterns. Okay, you all know how to get the patterns for the bra cap. It's about just sticking the masking tape behind it like this severally to cover the whole space, and then draw. It's not always going to be the like this style, this pattern style. You can also just do one like this and then just divide into two, or you can just do like this and then remove it and cut it into two, however style you want it. Or you can just do something like this and then still have it being able to cover the whole back. Okay, it's not always the 3-piece. You can just have 2-piece. You can just not 1-piece. 1-piece there, it won't help. It's always 2 or 3 pieces. All right. Okay, so you go ahead and then you do your I'll do mine and then I'll cut it. You all know how to go about that, so I won't waste time on that. All right, so thank you so much. I'll see you at the cutting and then interfacing and sewing.